was a shock, but at the same time, they must feel it's best for the election.
This morning, the search is on for a new Democratic nominee, hours after Biden bows out. Ahead, how the party will move forward and the possible candidates to take over the ticket.
Another violent weekend involving our children. The two teens shot and why police say one is a suspect.
Rain chances through the week, although a lot of dry time. Will show you when the humidity spikes and a look at a very nice weekend.
It just seems like no one really cares about us.
A pestering problem for travelers this morning. Many are still stranded in airports after an historic IT outage. We're live at Lambert with how this could impact your flight this morning.
A busy exit ramp shut down in the city. How to get around some new construction on your commute this morning.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, July 22nd. I'm Michelle Lee.
And I'm Sydney Stallworth. I'm in for Rennie Knott, who is currently on his way to Paris today. He's going to be bringing us live coverage later on this week. Lots to look forward to. And today, something else to smile about. Pretty great weather. Let's get on over to our Anthony Slaughter, who's been tracking our forecast. Hey, Anthony.
Yeah, good morning. Our weather impact forecast today, all about the sunshine. And you can see there from the Stan Musial Veterans Memorial Bridge, the sun is up. 5:55 our sunrise now. Beautiful looking sky, and it actually feels decent too. Our numbers will climb into the 70s by 7 a.m. and 79 by lunchtime, up to 84 for your high in St. Louis today. Now the morning hours are dry. It's afternoon hours where we could get some spotty storms around, but nothing out there this morning. If you're traveling east, that's where the rain is, across the Ohio River Valley. But numbers not bad. Low to mid 60s from Warrenton back towards Flora, even Chesterfield and Farmington in the 60s. High temperatures today, a little bit warmer than yesterday, back into the mid 80s, but still spotty afternoon storms dot the map today through Thursday. We'll take a look at the rest of the week's forecast coming up. Let's talk to Paul Cook now. And well, it's the 6 a.m. hour. Traffic always gets a little bit more interesting, I would say, in this hour. Paul, good morning.
Good morning, Anthony. Yeah, you said it. Pleasant weather here and not a ton to worry about as far as traffic goes. But we do want to highlight some areas that may kind of sneak up on you. This is on 70. So 70 east and west, just past 370. We do have construction there. It's in the right lane, and there was a fender bender nearby earlier, but now you are moving very nicely. The airport is definitely one we're concentrating on a lot here, where you do also have an accident on 70, but not causing a delay. Going to keep a very close eye on it with another take of traffic coming your way soon.
Thanks so much, Paul. All right, with just over 100 days until the November election, the Democratic Party is looking for a new nominee.
It comes less than 24 hours after President Biden announced he's dropping out of the race. NBC's Bree Jackson breaks down his historic decision.
In an historic move, President Biden dropping out of the 2024 presidential race, writing, "I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down." The news sending shockwaves through the nation.
It was a shock, but at the same time, they must feel it's best for the election.
I think he made a choice for the country, and I'm in favor of it.
The president's decision follows weeks of calls for him to step aside, citing concerns about his poor debate performance, age, and ability to lead for 4 more years if reelected. The 81-year-old says he's now offering his full support for his vice president, Kamala Harris, to be this year's Democratic nominee. In a statement, she says, "I will do everything in my power to unite the Democratic Party and unite our nation to defeat Donald Trump." Some lawmakers are also throwing their support behind the 59-year-old.
There's no time for bitterness, man. We have got to unite behind this ticket with Kamala Harris at the helm and move forward.
She carries into this campaign the Biden record, and it is a damn good record.
Former President Trump's team has been preparing to run against Harris for weeks. He's criticized her even before President Biden ended his campaign.
She's not a competent person. She shouldn't be president. She's being laughed at all over the world.
The world is now watching and waiting to see what the Democratic Party ticket will be. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
And this morning, Missouri and Illinois lawmakers are speaking out about the news of the president stepping down. Our Travis Cummings is live in downtown St. Louis this morning.
And Travis, I think the big question is, what do the next steps look like for people in the bi-state?
Great question, Michelle. You know, time is what's at stake right now. This is the closest a candidate has ever come to dropping out really in an election year. Now, Missouri delegates, they were all behind President Biden. They were charged up, ready to support him at next month's convention. But now they're turning their attention to who the official nominee will be. Now, I want to lay this out because this was made very clear yesterday. Just to explain, by DNC rules, a new Democratic nominee could be selected beforehand by virtual vote, or it could be an open convention and actually be decided on the world stage. But as of now, Vice President Kamala Harris will not automatically replace Biden as the Democratic president nominee. Shortly after Biden's dropout, he endorsed Vice President Harris. You see the tweet there, and she quickly accepted. We talked to local lawmakers about next steps in the process.
And I think it needs to be as open and as transparent as possible as we go forward. I know the president has endorsed Vice President Harris, but at the end of the day, I think that I'm going to be listening to voters of Missouri.
I think our focus is really on defeating Republicans and defeating Trump. We know what that looks like. We saw what it looked like in 2016.
I think Democrats support the same things. We are going to move forward on those, and I believe there will be plenty of time to bring the party together.
And all three of those delegates are headed to the Democratic National Convention next month. That's going to be the 19th through the 22nd of August. Coming up in about 30 minutes, we'll look at other possible candidates for the presidential ticket. Live in downtown St. Louis, Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
Thank you so much, Travis. And remember, our political editor, Mark Maxwell, will be at this now historic Democratic National Convention next month. He's going to have live reports right here on 5 on your side starting August 19th.
Sleeping on the floors, there's kids sleeping on the floors, and no one's done anything about it. It just seems like no one really cares about us.
Right now, a lot of frustrated travelers are still dealing with cancellations and delays from last week's Microsoft outage. Our Mercedes McKay is live near Lambert Airport this morning. And Mercedes, you know, how's it looking this morning for people trying to get in or out of St. Louis?
Michelle, it's not looking too good. It's slowly getting more and more flights that are being impacted by this. So the flights that are being impacted by this out of St. Louis Airport, Lambert Airport, has actually increased since the last time I was on the air with you guys. So right now, according to FlightAware, I just checked this a few minutes ago, 9 flights are delayed out of St. Louis Lambert Airport, 5 are canceled. Also, something else that has increased in the last 15 minutes from when I was on air with you guys, Delta Airlines, now 16% of those flights are delayed all over the airline across the country. Also, that airline has actually halted flying for unaccompanied minors through Wednesday. So moral of the story, 3 days later, and the cyber outage is still having an impact on airlines during the busy summer travel season. Now, this all started Friday after a technical disaster plagued government agencies and businesses worldwide, leading to countless stranded passengers and even disrupting 911 services. According to the flight tracking website FlightAware, about 600 flights are currently canceled across the country this morning. Yesterday, that number was about 1,500. This morning, our very own Rennie Knott is dealing with the lingering software effects. Yesterday, he was supposed to head to Paris for the 2024 Olympic Games. After spending 7 hours here at Lambert, his flight was canceled and he is now heading to Paris this morning. Now, if you are traveling today, make sure you check the status of your flight on that airline app or either online before you make the trek to the airport. Michelle?
Thanks so much, Mercedes. You know what? I know that you and I both flew out on Friday on Southwest. Have you heard, anything about Southwest? Because my flight went on time, and I think yours did too, right?
Yeah, I had absolutely no issues at all, Michelle, getting out. I was flying from Houston to St. Louis, kept checking all day. There were no delays at all. Some people have talked about Southwest Airlines hasn't been as impacted because their software hasn't been updated, but that's kind of hearsay at this point. But Southwest right now this morning, things are still running smoothly. I actually had more issues getting out Tuesday because of the flooding here last week, had no issues at all Friday. So it's impacting airlines differently across the country and here at Lambert. Yeah. For now, live at Lambert, Mercedes McKay. 5 on your side.
Thanks so much, Mercedes. Yeah, I think the joke was that they were getting rewarded for being slow to updates.
Sometimes it pays to be outdated, huh?
All right, well, we want to know how the outage impacted you or still is impacting you. Did you get your flight canceled this weekend? Is your workplace still recovering? Share your experience by texting 314-425-5355, and we'll take a look at your responses in the next half hour of Today in St. Louis.
Some more stories we're keeping up with this morning. Today, a push for answers in the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. The key figure set to be questioned by Congress today.
And if you're headed outside at any point today, it is expected to be pretty decent still. Numbers not too hot, will be in the low to mid 80s for highs, but a chance of afternoon storms possible today through the week. We're back to check that.